Welcome to LettiSpeaks, where we turn pain into passion and find meaning through experience. Every day is a new day to find joy in the moment and live life abundantly. We speak and we listen and we don't take it lightly. Let's jump in and see what Spirit has to say. Welcome to LettiSpeaks. Thank you for stopping by. Today is a beautiful, beautiful day. I feel my energy just bubbling up inside of me. And so I'm hoping for those that come across this video, you will, if you're not feeling that way, I hope this video is translated with energy over to you so that you can feel the energy flowing for us today. As you see those swans out on the pond, definitely a graceful day. I'm feeling a beautiful day. And for those of you that know, you just know that we are in a season where it's abundant, it's fruitful, it's miraculous, it's manifestation energy, it's realizing energy, it's seeing our dreams come to pass finally type of energy. And so that's the type of energy we are in today. And so thank you for stopping by. I have come today to I found a new favorite place, first of all. As you can see, the river here, part of the river that feeds out right here, is where I have been channeling from for the last couple of days. And so I take great joy in being here on the water, where there's just a different energy when you find a place to channel off of the water. There's been a couple of messages about going and connecting by the water. And so we are out here today, not really with a specific message, but more open for channeling, more open for spirit to come through and speak what needs to be said in this moment, in this hour. And so thank you so much for stopping by. I definitely appreciate it. I want to start off this reading by just taking a moment to get settled in, to settle in the power that is present right now. And so let's just take a couple of moments to breathe in deeply. And exhaling with that same intent, feeling the air moving through our body, down our throats, into our diaphragm and our lungs, holding it for a second and then releasing it slowly. Let's do that about 3 times. And with each breath, hopefully there was a relaxation that you felt increasing in your body. Thank you, Spirit. So if you're new here, thank you for stopping by. Welcome. What we do is we try to find purpose in everyday dealings with life, even as it pertains to pain, especially as it pertains to pain, finding ways to deal with it and finding meaning in it and finding ways to transmute that into something meaningful or something purposeful. And so if you are new here, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. If you find yourself resonating with the content, please subscribe. Hit the bell so that you can be reminded whenever a reading is available. If you're returning, thank you for stopping back by and coming back and allowing me to continue to speak into your life. As you know, I don't take it lightly, and so thank you. So coming out here today, I don't really have a message other than the fact that the season that we're in right now is a very purposeful one. I feel like Spirit is really making it clear and plain that for those that are looking for something, waiting for something, Spirit wants it to be made clear that it is available right now. All that is needed is for you to position yourself. I keep hearing that in my spirit. And with that, I feel like Spirit also may be giving an opportunity to address things like doubt, self-doubt, which many times can become a habit and become something that's hard to break, being that it can actually form into something that is subconsciously operating behind everyday life. It's something that we don't even realize is still there, and so it's also something that can actually slow down our progress, our spiritual progress, and our coming into what it is that we feel we've been called to, or what it is that we've prayed for, or what it is that we're desiring to see come to fruition, the fulfillment of our life's purpose. So when it's all said and done, it's not going to stop our life's purpose, but it can cause delays, or it can make the progress seem more challenging, or it could even prevent you from seeing any progress, even if you are making progress. And the fact of the matter is that it's easier many times to flow and to fulfill the purpose given when we're able to openly see and speak and acknowledge our own worth, what it is that we see good within ourselves, what it is that we see that we've been given, in this lifetime that's purposeful, and loving that with all that's within us. Part of this process is actually just coming to the understanding that whatever that is right now in this moment is actually all that's needed, right? That's all that's needed. Nothing more, nothing less. Whatever that is, whatever level you are, is all that's needed right now in this moment of time. and it's enough. Whatever it is, it's good and it's valuable and it's worthy of being shared and offered. And so this brings in the energy of understanding it's time to release all of those things that would come to say anything different in the form of self-doubt that would say, oh, you're not quite there yet. You're not good enough. You're not, at the place where you need to be before you can do it. Or, yeah, we tried that already. That didn't work. We're not going to try that again. But it's embracing whatever it is that we have at this moment in this time, acknowledging and accepting that it is enough. In this moment in time, being thankful and glad about what that is, and understanding that we have a right to live it. We've been given it for a purpose. So we have a right to live out whatever that purpose is. That's where our happiness is going to flow from. That's where the feeling of feeling like we are living a purpose-filled life, a fulfilled life of success. Because again, success is dependent upon the person that's living life, right? We all have different expectations and different ways that we can express what it means to us to be successful. But whatever that is, understand that you have what it takes, is what Spirit is saying today. And because you've been given it, there is the understanding that there is your source believes in you, whatever that means to you. That could be the universe, right? It could be God. It could be the divine, however you see your spiritual source. The source that you have, it believes in you. And so for someone, this message is almost like a confirmation, a call to service beyond what you've accomplished up to this point. And it's an acknowledgement that you're ready, you're able, and there's something that has risen up to this point for who I'm talking to. There's even a willingness to actually step up to the next level of spiritual responsibility and liberation. There could be a little bit of hesitation within your mind, though. Your heart is willing, but the spirit is willing, but the mind, right, may question, right, may doubt, right, may bring in questions about performance and, the level of skill or experience or worthiness or value of what it is that you have to offer. And these things are nothing more than just those wounded beliefs about self-worth is all it is. And so right now, Spirit is calling us to recognize this. Part of the battle is understanding. Once you understand what's happening, and that's half the battle, is understanding and seeing it and no longer giving it your power, asserting what is actually true over these misconceptions within ourselves. And so Spirit is asking you to really not to condemn your mind, but be kind to your mind and understand that it's almost like, I feel like it's an egoic energy rising up trying to protect you. And so it's time to dismiss those beliefs, though, and release yourself from any pain that has been caused in the past, any pain that's trying to come in from asserting these unworthy beliefs. And it's time to really Trust love more than your wounds. Trust love more than your wounds. And as we release these old beliefs, we actually open up space to receive a new standard, new impressions of how we can move forward in service with what we have and experience a greater joy of doing that. Right? Imagine that without having to argue with yourself in your mind, hampering all of those Debbie Downer beliefs, right? That come in to try to talk you out of what it is that you feel like your heart is calling you to do. And when we dismiss or we release that additional energy that we're fighting, we're using energy basically to fight those negative beliefs that we are still allowing to come in. We're using energy to do that. That's energy that we will actually have to act on the guidance of our heart, to act on our intuition and that guidance that's coming in, right? So it's going to be freeing up energy to actually move forward. And how do you do that? You're asking, how do you release this struggle, this internal struggle? One way is to simply ask yourself, if you realize in that moment that you're having an internal struggle with yourself about the value, the worth that you carry, what it is that you have to offer, just ask, is this conversation that I'm having with myself, is it actually serving the greater good at this time? Is it serving me? Is it serving those who could potentially benefit from what it is that I have to share? And the answer will undoubtedly be to never shrink back in fear. Even if for some reason things don't turn out the way that you had hoped, it's letting go of form. And there's a certain amount of pleasure that we can receive from just having the courage and the gusto for going after what it is that we want. Letting go of the outcome. It's the energy of actually releasing ourselves and liberating ourselves from these doubting beliefs. That by itself, right, we'll experience a great level of joy and fulfillment from that by itself. We're not even talking about when we get to the point where we actually complete the goal of what we set out to do. We're talking about from the very start, having the potential to step out is going to be fulfilling. And so the answer to that would always be, when you ask yourself, when you realize in that moment you're having a moment, a challenging moment, the answer is, I'm not going to shrink back in fear. I'm just going to do it and see what happens. Choosing belief over doubt and move ahead. Take the opportunity, because you have your source, the universe, God, the divine, your spirit team is on your side. Is understanding that alone brings a level of peace of mind, so that you can just go ahead and do what you need to do, or share what you have with the world. Yeah. And then the next step, if you have taken that first step and you've you're in the process of it, so you've bypassed that moment of doubt that would keep you from stepping out and doing what's been brewing in your heart. You've passed that level, and now you're in the midst of it. You're in the thick of it, right? And for some reason, you feel like you've taken opportunities that's come your way, but you may be feeling like you're not quite where you want to be in terms of fulfilling that purpose, your life purpose, or your divine destiny. Or you're not where you actually want to be at this point in time in terms of your overall purpose. It's being able to, I feel like Spirit would want you to even just acknowledge how far you've come this far. Just acknowledge what you have attained this far. Acknowledge the people that you've already assisted, even if it's just one person. Acknowledge that in your own right, in your own special way. All of the positive influences of love that you've released out into the world because of your willingness to take this journey and open your heart. You've been willing to open your heart and care about life here at this point in time, in this place, in this space. And Spirit wants you to know that it has been noticed. Even if you never get any accolades in the physical world, in the spiritual world, you are being celebrated in the spiritual world. And because of your willingness, you are being empowered to serve in increasingly beautiful ways. Your capacity to serve is being increased. And understand that you're already successful. And moving forward, it's only going to increase in power and potency and peace. So it's just about asking the question, like, what is it that you have for me to do next? How can I serve next? What can I do next? How can I increase my level of service? And I feel like Spirit would want you to know, for who I'm talking to, that you are loved. You are divinely protected. You have purpose, filled with passion. And that does include peace and playfulness as well. And every time you reach out to help someone else, that energy is being multiplied back to you, so that you can continue to grow in what it is that you've been called to do. Yeah. So whether you're just stepping out or trying to get the courage to step out, or whether you've stepped out and you're at the next level, right, of wanting to see things increase, the potential increase, the power increase, the peace increase, right? This message is for you. Spirit wants to encourage you today. We're in a season where things are coming into fruition much faster than they were yesterday. All things, good and not so good, if I could say that, right? The energy of karma is in fruition and has sped up. So this is definitely for you. And you have to understand that you are connected. Don't doubt that. Your connection with spirit is actually the bridge that's waiting to be crossed. There is like a consciousness that sits in our mind. We would call it spiritually, we would call it our crown chakra. But it's in essence, it's the mind, our consciousness, right? So for who I'm talking to, you could actually be someone who has some type of connection with purple. You could have some type of special connection with lotus flowers as well, which is actually a flower that is actually one that is looked to for a sense of balance and connection mentally, consciously. There's this unfolding that happens as you awaken to everything around you. And so for whoever is resonating with this, there is the need for you to understand that you have a connection. You're connected, probably in more ways than you realize. So the crown chakra is what we're talking about. Our area of connection, our mind, is actually connected in more ways than we realize. It's connected to everything that is beyond us. This is the thing that unifies us with all of creation. This is the thing that allows enlightenment to take place and the realization of oneness. And it's the realization that we are one with everything that is. Some would refer to it as like the space, that little tiny peanut-shaped organ in our head is called the pineal gland, or we call it the third eye, our conscious awareness. It sits in the center of our brain and connects us to every place in the universe, right? This is actually one of the organs that has not had, it's a mystery to science because it's a very small organ, but it has the potential of something greater than the whole body itself. And this pineal gland, or we call it the third eye, is like what we call the golden egg of conscious awareness. And it's usually most beneficial during silence, right? That's why it's so important, to do things like meditate or like make sure you have moments of silence, because there's a resonance that happens in silence, in quiet places. That's the place that contains all other sounds, right? Sometimes our life is so busy with TV and the phone and, talking, socializing, that we don't ever make time to get quiet to hear what's being said in the silence. And because we don't take time to make room, we never really open up that consciousness that's waiting to be explored deeper. And busyness is one. Another counterclockwise energy is, you know, emotions, emotionalism, anger. Anger shuts down the crown chakra, preventing energy from flowing in. That's why it's important to take moments of silence and just to gain back your oneness, control, and your composure within self. Because it's important to allow all of the energy centers to remain open so that energy can flow through them, so that we can stay connected to our body and otherwise. Yeah. And so for someone, there's a need to understand the importance of silence, the importance of what it is that you have housed within you, your potential, not only to connect with yourself, but also get out, like right now. Get out in nature, especially if you are feeling frustrated or angry. Being out in nature allows you to more easily release those emotions that may be conflicting you. And so for someone, it's the understanding that Spirit is trying to bring to you about this connection that you have at your disposal. And this could be your need to understand that so that you can connect beyond your current experience, beyond your physical reality. Do you even remember that you're a divine being? We're not just flesh and blood, but you are spirit, your soul, having a human experience. Do you remember the support that you have available to you? From the spiritual world, from your source? Sometimes experience causes us, it's just an illusion, first of all, and it causes us to feel like we're stuck in our bodies. We're stuck, unable to rise to a higher level spiritually. We're stuck and sometimes unable to see things from a wider perspective because of our mental state. But there's a release of that. I feel like Spirit wants you to understand there's a release of that, and the understanding that there is no mistakes. If you're experiencing it right now, you're supposed to be experiencing it. There's no mistakes. We're all part of a whole, not just individual pieces, but we're all connected. And so this could be for someone needing to actually explore ways that they can reconnect, or maybe the need to reconnect if you have disconnected. If you're feeling alone or stagnant or separate from your source, at any moment you have the ability to reconnect. So if you would, just take a moment, if this is what you're feeling right now, if this is resonating, take a moment to stop and close your eyes. Take the deepest breath that you can take in. Hold it for a second and then slowly just release. One more time, take a deep breath in, filling your lungs, filling your diaphragm. Hold it for a second and release. Imagine a light dissolving any blocks that you feel within yourself, within your mind, within your consciousness. Allow yourself to rise. See yourself rising up from any distortions of that connection. You understanding conscious awareness of your crown, this alone is going to help you to keep it open and allow energy to flow to you. Okay, so that's for someone. That's very important for someone. And that simple exercise of breathing, of imagining the conflict dissolving, is a simple little energy that you can use that's very helpful in any moment in time where you might feel you need to support yourself in that way, in coming back to yourself and releasing any anger or tension or frustration. That's just a simple little exercise that's very quick and easy, accessible anywhere. But for who I'm talking to, your connection is so undeniably important. It's non-negotiable. I feel like it's why Spirit is bringing this up. It's non-negotiable. And that could show up in many ways. It could definitely show up in meditation. It could show up these ways of staying connected or coming back to yourself. Meditation, definitely prayer. There's different movements that you can do to release blocks, like yoga. There's other ways that you can do exercises or certain services that you can receive if you know how to do them yourself. EFT tapping, right? Whatever works for you. Whole tones, listening to guided meditations. This is important. It's non-negotiable. I feel like we are now in a time that we've been waiting for a while. We're here now. That's why things feel kind of weird, right? For the last couple of years, I have felt a change in the energy overall. Definitely a change in weather. Definitely even a change in the sky. Has anyone else noticed that? Is it just me? A change in the sky, the way the clouds have formed. There's definitely a change that has taken place. Whether you realize it or not, whether you acknowledge it or not. I also feel a high level of excitement and expectancy as well. As I stated before, we're in a very exclusive year. First of all, we're in the year of the dragon, which only comes every every 8 years, every 10. It only comes ever so often, so many years. I think it's every 10, 12 years. It might be every 12 years. And as you notice, overall in society, there's a great moving away from things that maybe once were very accepted. There's a great shift happening. Many could actually be juggling, right? There's the calling of releasing something for many of us. And there is this transition period where we haven't quite released, but we have accepted, but haven't quite released the old thing, but inviting in the new. There's this transition happening, but there is a need to decide. There's a great deciding that's happening right now in this point in time. It's a great deciding that's happening. A great awakening that's happening. And this awakening comes with proof. It comes with evidence. It's not just something that is just happening mysteriously. No, but it's coming with signs. It's coming with synchronicities. It's something very real and actual. It's something that many feel guided towards. There is an active connection and a communication that's happening here. I feel like there is a great, in this awakening, there is a great pulling away of something. And this pulling away is providing a space. It's providing a, and I'm almost getting like the energy of going through kind of like having a birth and having the need or some type of change or transition into a new state and having a need of a special type of care as this transition is happening. And so there's like a great guiding to a special place where care is given, where protection is given, and where there's a high level of communication and care. And I don't know why I'm hearing being guided between a rock, between two rocks, almost like a cleft in a mountain, a rock mountain, being guided into the cleft in a mountain. There's a level of shelter and provision and protection. And nurturing that's happening in that cleft. Yeah. And for whoever this is for, I'm hearing Spirit say, don't doubt what it is that you are hearing, where it is that you are being guided or led. Don't doubt what it is that you are seeing. And I'm hearing that this is for you, is what I'm hearing. This is for you. And if you are a bit pulled back or unsure, Spirit is saying, just watch, just wait and see, right? The proof, Spirit says the proof is in the pudding. Just watch, just wait and see. Time will tell. But it's important that you don't reject it, right? That you don't dismiss it, but hold it. And if you're unsure, wait and allow Spirit to prove it to you, is what I'm hearing. I feel like for some of you, this is going to come in the form of actions being taken legally. There's some type of legal action that'll be taken, and I feel like it's going to be like worldwide action. Some massive change that's going to happen on a world level. And that's going to be your sign to move forward, to keep moving forward. This could be like some type of revealing happening, some type of exposure that's going to happen, that's going to cause the wheels to turn, and it's going to cause things to be rectified as well. For someone, this is going to come in the form of major support or care or nurturing. It's almost like there's going to be some type of system or someone that's going to come in as like an answer to your prayers. And it's almost going to seem too good to be true. Spirit is saying not to be defensive or skeptical. Or not to feel like you have to put up a guard against this, or against this person, or against this thing that'll come in as this level of support. For some of you, this could come in as like a mothering type of energy. This could be someone who comes in to support you in that way. Whoever it is, they're coming in to give you a level of ease, a break in some type of way. They're coming to bring support, to release your load. So don't be critical or skeptical about this, about them. For some of you, this is absolutely an opportunity for you to experience a level of happiness that you've yet to experience, a level of fulfillment. Like I'm getting the energy of someone that's had to really struggle and strive their whole life. But what's coming next is going to be almost like a dream come true. I'm seeing very vivid colors, which means there's a high level of happiness in this experience that you're going to have. I don't care the pain or the strife that you've experienced up until now. Spirit wants you to know that things can and they will be different moving forward. They can and they will be different moving forward. Life can be so carefree to the point where you won't have any worries, almost like a baby that doesn't even realize that they're naked running through the house. They're just enjoying that moment. It's almost like that kind of energy, a very pure, carefree, innocent, happy-go-lucky, not a care in the world type of energy, just living in the moment of just being. And you can have that if you want it. And I am sensing healing with this. There's a great level of healing moving towards you. For some, there's going to come answers to things that you didn't have before. That's going to bring in a level of clarity and just settle things in your heart and in your mind. And you are going to understand a little bit more deeply, right? Which is going to help you to release it and be at peace with it. You want to know why things had to go down the way they did. Why there was never any stability there for you. Why you always, had to be the one on pins and needles and watching your back. What did you do to deserve that? And Spirit is saying those answers are going to be made clear. And I'm hearing that it had nothing to do with you, but everything to do with your purpose. Nothing to do with you, but it had everything to do with your purpose. And that clarity will come in. For some of you, there's a sense that it's always been heavy. You don't know anything else but heaviness. On the other side of that, though, is the strength that you stand in right now, and the fortitude that you have, and the willpower and the drive that you possess. You don't just get that kind of energy on a downhill path. You don't just get that kind of energy on an easy path. You get that kind of energy from, having to carry a load uphill. So again, nothing to do with you, but everything to do with what you've been called to do. But again, the joy that I feel like in the energy that's coming your way, I feel like it's going to be worth it. Most definitely. No more fighting with yourself. No more fighting against yourself. No more having to compare yourself or make unfair decisions when it comes to you. I almost feel like for who I'm talking to, you feel like you've been placed in positions where you didn't have no choice but to choose against yourself. You felt that. Well, Spirit says no more of that. This message is for someone who's definitely come into an energy of patience. Like, it's not somebody that has to have everything done right now. It's someone who knows and who's come to learn their value. It's someone who doesn't mind waiting to make sure that, for granted, I feel like you've been waiting your whole life. And so this is like cake for you. It's someone who's learned valuable lessons and has definitely understands the value in waiting, how beneficial that is, and not running into things ahead of time. It's someone who actually sees long term. It's not someone who wants, immediate gratification, but it's someone who looks at things long term. You look ahead. Yeah. I almost feel like you're in mastery energy too, when it comes to what it is that you do, how you do it. Like, you have mastered it. You've mastered yourself to the point now where you know what it is that you're willing to deal with, what you're not, what is, going to be beneficial for you, what is not. You can pretty much look at something and, analyze it and, see if it's something that would, align with you. And if you're not sure, you'll sit back and wait and just look. You could be an earth sign. I want to say Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Yeah, you could definitely, I do definitely get the energy of feeling like you are between worlds. And when I say between worlds, I mean like you're in the middle of some type of perspective change. Or you could be in the middle of some type of transition of some kind, or transformation. Whatever it is that you're going through right now, I feel like it's definitely changing you from the inside out. There's a lot of things that you're releasing right now. Tapping into your energetic energy, your energetic flow. You could definitely be learning spiritual lessons through whatever it is that you're going through right now. Yeah. Hmm. I do absolutely feel like you are letting go in many ways. There's a release that I feel with you. You may have just come to the point that, I'm not fighting anymore. What does that gain? What does that solve? Right? And I understand that as someone who have fought and I do mean their whole life. I come to find out that I fought even to be born. To be born, I fought. So that has been a path that I know far too well. And you come to a point where you're like, I'm not doing it anymore. For what? For what? The only thing that needs to be done at this point is we need to master ourselves and not try to master other people. Master ourselves and not try to master others. That's what wins the internal battle. Me knowing me. I don't necessarily have to know you. I just have to know me. That's where my stability comes from. It's me knowing me. You get to the point where you realize that you are really the only stability that you can count on, because people change up every single day. And so when it all comes down to it, all you have is you. And that's all you're being held accountable for. That's all you're being asked to take accountability for is you. So whoever you are, I feel like you've released a lot. You've released a lot that you held personal. You've released a lot that you even took responsibility for that wasn't yours to take. And that's okay. For somebody, this is family. For somebody, it could be friends. It could be even your old self. So again, this is a new day, a new time. The old has gone, and it's time to open and receive the new. It's time to open up and receive the new. It's time to actually play the part in creating what that's going to look like too. It's time, and things have been prepared and positioned for that to take place. And so I get lots of creative energy here. I get very explorative energy as well. Almost like adventure. And this is your message. This is your message. And some of you may be getting a message coming through here. You could be getting a message right now, a text, or reading your email, or maybe getting a call of some kind about this good news. And as we end this off, I just wanted to stop by and just channel and see what Spirit was saying for you, for us today. I feel like Spirit just wants us to be open, because the change is here, whether we accept it or not. But we do need to be open and attuned to that change if we are going to benefit from it. And you know better than anyone. So you are the one, I feel like, that has the power and the control on how this goes. Yeah. So that's the message, the channeled message today. And I hope the day is treating you kindly. It's been really good for me. I have not a complaint in the world. And if it hasn't been a good day, listen, there's always tomorrow. And it's all about perspective, like we talked about in the beginning. Okay? Sometimes it's just realizing that you already have what you're asking for. It's just realizing it. Thank you so much for stopping by. I was hoping more of the swans would come on film, but I think they were busy diving. But thank you so much for stopping by. I do appreciate your time, your energy, and you allowing me to speak into your life. As you know, I don't take it lightly. And so until next time, this message was for you, directly from Spirit. Let me know how it resonates. Share how it resonates if you'd like. There's a few ways to support. You can like, share, comment. I'm also open, accepting personal readings. You can click on my calendar to see what kind I'm offering. I also am open to receive any donations that you may be led to share. And so with that being said, thank you so much for stopping by. I do appreciate your time and your energy. Hopefully you're taking moments like this as well to get out and really ensure your peace and your connection. And it's things, just simple things like this, like going and sitting out in nature and connecting mentally. It doesn't take a lot, and it doesn't cost any money to do it. So until next time, thank you so much for stopping by. All right. Take care of your mental health. Take care of your spirit and your energy. And until next time, remember to love yourself. Bye.